Yeah, good Monday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Off to the races we shall go this February the 5th. Now, it's chilly outside, 45 this morning with light rain. We'll get a little bit warmer, some 15 degrees, as we'll hit a high of about 60 today is what we're expecting. But be expecting winds. Always makes it colder. We could have gusts up to 30 miles an hour today. So not a day to burn anything. So put that out of your mind, and we'll work on that after the wind calms down in a day or so. But a day not for that. Already had one accident this morning. I-59 split where it joins I-20. We had someone swerve off the road. And, well, we don't need that, do we? That happens a lot there in that curve. I think the roadway should be cleared up by now. They've been working on that for a little over an hour and a half now. We've got a lot to talk about, headlines that are shaping America. How do you feel today? I hope you're all better and good as we head off to this. Let's get a good word. Let's go to Collinsville this morning. Brother Ben's got something he needs to tell us.
Apostle Paul says by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit something very true and helpful in Ephesians 5:15 and 16. He says, "Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise but as wise, making the best use of the time because the days are evil." Now, the thrust of that text is that you and I should indeed make the best use of our time. The truth of the matter is we only have so much of it. Our time is limited. Our days are numbered. It's short. And in that limited time, we have 100 things pulling us in different directions, eating up and occupying our time. So we absolutely must make the best use of our time. That's especially true because he says the days are evil. What I believe that means is that we live in a world that's full of wickedness and we're easily influenced toward it, which would be an absolute waste of our time. Sin is always a waste of our time. But it's not just the evil things that we have to be leery of when it comes to our time. It's also the less than best things. So many things vying for our time, and many of them are good, but not the best. That's why we need wisdom. Wisdom not only to stay away from things that are evil, but also things that are just not the best. And I pray that you and I would discern that so that we would make the best use of our short time so that when we stand before God, God says, that was time well spent. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. Hope that was a good message for you. I see Beverly is getting ready for cataract surgery this morning. Woof, been there, done that. Don't let them fool you. You won't be able to see anything today. It'll be kind of blurry. Tomorrow will be great, but it's well worth it. You'll be able to see again. Normally do that one eye at the time. I can see great off now. I can read every road sign. I just can't see anything here. May have to have me another surgery. Always good to have those glasses handy when this starts happening in life. It does. Be careful. There's nothing to it. It won't hurt a drop. Simple as all get out. Well, as we begin today, so many of you are up. Thank y'all. Joy, good morning to you. Ella, good to see you there. Miss Debbie joining us as well. Terry Ray, Philadelphia, is there. Let's see what's going on in America as we begin this. We do see that, do you remember the helicopter in Oklahoma, the crash that took the lives of 3 paramedics? They have now found what happened. As often with instances like this, wildlife. It was a goose that flew into the helicopter and downed the helicopter. Sad. We certainly hate that happened. But more times than not, that is a part of it. As we talked about this on Friday, a ex-Trump administration official was hijacked in Washington, D.C. Not hijacked, but he was carjacked. I guess it's kind of the same thing. Robbed, shot. He has passed away from his injuries. We pass along condolences to his family with what happened there. That is just awful if that could happen. Several people were injured in all of that as we begin today. As we keep looking around, I don't understand. I guess you have to have more money than you know what to do with. Now, everybody's got probably a hobby where they collect things. But, boy, this really goes out on the limb. Michael Jordan, his shoe collection, $8 million at auction. Does stuff like that really gain value? Shoes? Unfortunately, as Odie said, well, I don't get that, but I guess no one understands me fiddling around with old cars and junk either. Just part of it. Let's see. The Republican National Committee I get emails all the time from some girl that I don't really know. What is her name? Rana. He says, don't get used to it because change is a-coming, as Sam Cooke would sing. She said way too much about him. He's probably got enough power to have her not in that position again. Expect that before long. As we keep looking at a few headlines this morning, we see that the first ever, write this down, first time in history, our hurricane alert has been issued for California, as 97% of the state's population are put under a flood warning. This is huge, the rain that is approaching California. They're not used to it. Wow. I've been watching snips of it. Flooding is massive. Taylor Swift made history again last night. Did y'all realize that she has won 13 Grammys so far? Now, I don't know what the grand total of the most Grammys ever, but that's got to be getting up there. What she went down in history for is having her fourth album win a Grammy in a row. That's never happened before. 4 of them back-to-back win Grammys. Congratulations to her. That's well-deserved. Celine Dion made a shock appearance there last night. And, of course, I don't watch the Grammys. They're far from the way I think and what they want to put out there. But Celine Dion, sick, as you well know, she made a surprise appearance on the show last night. Maybe one person watched it, I'm not sure. But I doubt in our area in the Deep South, it's just not high up there if I got to watch it anymore. Miley Cyrus actually won a Grammy. Maybe it was for actually wearing clothes this time.
Well, now she told everybody she didn't have panties on.
Oh, did you see it or something? Did you see a clip?
Oh, I had to listen to it because Amy watched it.
Odie's wife watched it. So here's our one person, our one representative from here. But she did say some remarks there. Miley. But she did win a Grammy. Congratulations to her regardless there. Just not mine. You know, we saw this years ago when Obama was president. It was Biden leaning over into a hot mic. Now, we've all accidentally said a word that we're ashamed of, that we shouldn't have said. Sometimes you say it in anger. Sometimes it's a hammer, or maybe you slam your finger in a door and you say a word you shouldn't. As we well know, back to the Obama days, that, well, Biden has a potty mouth. There's no other way to say this. Presidents just, I don't care what side of the fence you're on, they're supposed to be at a standard here. Yet again, this could not go well for him, as he's been calling Benjamin Netanyahu the awfulest of words that you can say out loud. I'll leave it at that. It could come back to haunt him. We'll see. Apple Vision, does anybody know what that is? We had somebody get a ticket for driving a car with them on. I don't exactly know what it is, but they're going back to The Simpsons yet again and saying The Simpsons predicted the revolutionary Apple Vision 8 years ago. It's something big. Have you tried it, Odie?
I've barely looked at it, but
He's looked at it. I hadn't even done that. I had to read the story to catch what that was. But yet again, The Simpsons always making predictions. It's because they've been on so long. They can't help but stumble upon a bone every once in a while. I almost hesitate to even bring this up as we go to Los Angeles. I can remember, and I know y'all know it, and I've talked about it before, 1965 when Paul Harvey made the prediction and, well, read what would happen to America in years to come that is coming. As I look at Los Angeles, it hurts my soul. It really does. That in America that we have let our standards fall so low, as they have finally, after years, a church had to move because next door to the church, I guess I'll ease it out the way it really was. Next door to the church in Los Angeles was a massage parlor. Well, it really wasn't a massage parlor. It was, I'll let y'all fill in the blank of what it was. During church services, they often heard noises, and I'll let you also fill in the blank with that. The church moved, and they finally have moved in to stop this. It's everywhere. All of this is becoming the normal thing in America as we all sit back and do nothing when we should. It's allowed now and become just a part of our society. And the list goes on and on of what goes on in America that we have now turned a blind eye to. We see that Gary, Indiana, shrinking. It used to be one of the largest steel towns in America. Since late 70s has been dwindling as jobs go to other countries. As we know how that is, it's hardly a thing there. They're seeking outside help, even trying to get foreigners to buy into the steel town. Who could it be? They're narrowing it down. If you're a Trump fan, who could possibly be? Even if you're not, you'd be interesting to know who his pick for VP could be. Those analysts have narrowed it down to two. Trump has not officially said it. Tim Scott and also Kristi Noem. South Dakota is where she's from. Either one of those seem to be a good choice. We'll see what becomes of it. Is it just talk? Could be, but we'll wait and see who that is. Up next, we're going to do that weather forecast for you. Don't rush off. We'll be back in just a moment.
Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts is located in downtown Quitman, directly across the street from the post office. They are your one-stop shop for all your floral and gift-giving needs. Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. They have all of your goodies your sweetheart wants. Roses, mixed flower arrangements, plants, balloon bouquets, candy packs, stuffed animals, and much more. They also have chocolate-covered strawberries and apples. Don't be in the doghouse this Valentine's Day. Order early. Give Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts a call or visit them online at fantasycottage.org.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
There I go talking when I shouldn't. There again, keep in mind we've got light showers right now between 8 and 9 this morning, so be careful on your travels. We've had one wreck already, I-20 split, slick road slid off in that curve that just won't stop. Y'all be cautious in those areas. Let's get into the forecast now and go back and take a look at things. As we look at those record highs and record lows, 2008, a hot day. It was 81 today. As we go back to 1996, wait a minute, I bought a new truck that year, 96. It was 8 degrees. Brr. As we take a look at what else goes on today, 60 to 61 is the best we're going to do. As we look to Columbus, we should see 62 back over to the river, 59 there in Vicksburg, even down to Natchez, still hovering at 59. But as you'll see, the light rain. Now, this will push out later, and by late afternoon, we'll have sunshine, or at least a partly sunny sky. Better and better as the day progresses. This should all get out of here a little bit later. As we look at what's in the forecast for still warm weather predicted. Now we've got, as you'll see here, out near Nevada, California, making its way toward New Mexico, some cooler weather, but normal across most of Texas at this point, and still, well, above average in Mississippi. As we look at this forecast today, 59, 60. Is going to be the high there. 20% chance of showers this morning, making way for a 0% chance of rain. Look at the high tomorrow, 63. Now, expect frost tonight. When you get up in the morning, you'll have a little bit frost on the windshield. Should start moving in around 3 a.m. as our forecast calls for that. By Wednesday, we're to 66. And look at this. By the weekend, we're nearly at 70 degrees. Wow. Rain showers, 50% chance on Saturday. Don't plan any outdoor events. It could get wet. As we look to Sunday night, again, we've got chances of showers there a week from now. As we go all the way through February the 19th, as the month flies by, look at that. Looks like a perfect day for Valentine's Day. Mayor Gill may have to take his sweetheart out. 60 degrees with a low of 36, but no chance of rain. You'll be in good shape there. As we go to the 19th, look at that 55, but rain in the forecast, about a 50% chance of showers. Now, is there a chance that we could still have cold weather in February? Of course there is. After the 19th, we'll start looking at things. We're going to be warm between now and the 19th, and we'll look at that week beginning the 20th to see what becomes of that. Mother Nature may have a little blast for us. We'll check and see. Let's check in on that fishing forecast. Chet tells us today, 7:50 a.m. is the perfect time to go fishing through about 10 o'clock. Now, keep in mind, if you're going fishing, backlashes, 30-mile-an-hour gust. That could be a problem there for you. Again, we've got another major time after dark, though. It won't be any good for you there. Slight chance between 12 and 2 of fishing. The wind's going to be northeast, 10 to 20 sustained winds, again with those gusts of about 20 miles an hour. So pretty powerful. I urge you not to burn. It is not the day for that. Volunteer fire departments need a break. They absolutely do. Y'all wait till a better day before you start burning boxes or anything. It could get out of hand as usual there. Nelson, how are you doing? I hadn't seen Nelson Granados in quite a while. Seed, where'd that come from? I'm tongue-tied. I hadn't had enough coffee. I got another cup coming up. James Haggard, so good to see you. Avis up in Adam today. David Foreman joins us. Miss Angie Peacock, so good to see you. And Miss Shirley Reed and many others join us. Again, we've got a special guest coming in this morning. Larry Gill, the mayor of Marion, is here. He's going to tell us about all the new things that are coming up. And when will they annex Meridian? We don't know. But we're going to ask him. Isn't it time for a park or something in Marion?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice. We're going to talk to him. We joke about the annexation, but that's all on the way this morning. We'll all learn something. Join us, won't you? It gets underway at 7 o'clock. Find out what it's all about this morning, right here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.